This shit ain't nothing to me, man.
This is Boxing Before Dark.
Boxing.
Boxing.
Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang.
Before.
Boxing.
Boxing Before
Dark. This is Boxing
Before Dark.
All right, let's do the thing.
Do the thing.
Fucking Boxing Before Dark. Don't take your edibles just yet, because it's still light out. Shanada, how are you doing on this wonderful... Your Saturday morning for you, right?
Yeah, pretty good. I'm sick, so I don't know if I sound real nasally today. I sounded like shit yesterday. And it's raining, so good day to stay inside.
Oh. Nasally, rain, I don't know if that would help. Would that make it worse?
No, it doesn't, but it makes me feel better about not doing anything.
Yeah.
I don't have to do laundry. I can just relax.
Lazy rainy days.
Yeah. Thursday night, I almost drowned in my own snot. I don't know what I caught, but it was all in my sinuses. It was disgusting. I wore a mask to work and I had to leave because it was getting full of mucus.
Oh, that's not fun.
It was disgusting.
I used to wear those. I had some that I wore, like, if I just had something like the sniffles, I would wear a mask to work. And this was like 2016, 2017. And people would look at me. I had one of my supervisors, she asked, like, what the hell is that on your face? Like, it's a little mask. Like, I'm not feeling 100%, but not enough to not be here.
Stay home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be coughing on you guys.
It's very common here. Some people just wear them as like a fashion accessory. Like, there was one girl, I don't know how to say it nicely, but she looked better with a mask on, and she just wore it all the time. So.
Yeah, it does seem like a fashion thing as well. It's just an accessory.
Yeah, it's part of some of the like dress cultures. That's not what she was doing. She was just covering up her weak jaw. But anyways, I hate them. My glasses fog up. It's gross. And you can't really sniff in your snot when you're wearing them, because then it like clings to your face. Ugh. But I'm on the mend, so
that's good. You see this picture of Travis Jr. in Discord? He actually looks like he's taking it kind of seriously.
The thing you sent me?
No. This is in Maine.
Oh. Yeah, he's got his pants hiked up around his ribs, but...
looks like he's taking training pretty seriously.
He does look much more fit than he has in his past few fights.
Yeah,
I hope he knocks Jake Paul out. Highly, highly unlikely, but it would be nice.
Well, let's move into the news. There's not a lot of it. It's going to be a short one. That's why we talk about boogers and edibles, because we got to fill the time a little bit. Punchburger is having eye surgery.
I think he already did, so I didn't see any English news about it. I guess he's not that famous. But I sent an article to my friend to translate, because Google Translate has trouble with some of the boxing news. And he said Punchburger has had eye surgery, but they've made him champion in recess because of he needs to defend soon. So instead, it's going to be, what did I tell you? Higa versus Vargas?
Yeah, so they're either going to push for the Higa trilogy, or consolidates with whoever the other guy is. Like, I'm just having trouble picturing who that is right now.
Vargas. I am so bad at names.
Yeah. Antonio Vargas. Are you one of the brothers?
I typed in Vargas, boxer, and it auto-filled to Jose Vargas says he's not gay after explicit same-sex clip circulates online. I don't know why.
All right.
So out of pocket. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. That's the hard-hitting reporting that we're looking for.
It's out.com, so it's
Huh. Antonio Vargas.
Ray Vargas, right? No, which Vargas is it?
Antonio.
Antonio Vargas.
I don't.
Too many of them.
It's a common name. I don't know where. He's already the interim champion. So I guess Daigo Higa fights for the interim.
I mean, that makes sense. Somebody was complaining about Higa always getting title shots, but like his last fight was a draw with the champion. It makes sense that he gets to fight for the interim after. I think.
I think so too. I was gonna look up because he has a lot of close fights with champions. Yoshiki
he
Takei
doesn't-
was super close.
He doesn't seem to win very many of them, I guess is the problem.
He's on the Okinawan side of the judges'
They-
decisions.
Yeah, they do seem to treat him better than some of the other ones, though. Because he doesn't have that many losses.
His two of them are
He-
to the champion, are to current champions.
And Christopher Rosales, I don't know who that is.
I don't either.
But yeah, he lost to Nishida and he lost to Takei. Those are solid losses.
Yeah. And Nishida's up for Junto Nakatani, right?
Yeah, they're fighting soon-ish. Aren't they?
June 8th.
Yeah.
That is
I need to try and get a ticket for that. I don't know who to buy the ticket from. I think Nishida might have a more fun crowd. Nakatani has gotten that mainstream famous enough that it seems to be all businessmen in his sections.
Boo.
Yeah, they're boring as hell.
Yeah, I would say go with Nishida's. Go with the Osaka Hooligans.
Yeah, should be more fun.
You know
Oh,
what else?
speaking of hooligans, I have some stories from the
go ahead.
Ioka fight. Well, I'll wait till we get to the Ioka card.
All right. So, well, I was gonna say, thinking of should be more fun. Tank versus Roach, the rematch.
Yeah.
Not sure why the champ is giving that bum Tank a rematch. Because we all know who won that fight.
This is going to tie in with the Navarrete thing, so I don't know if you want to do it now or later. But if they're changing results after, that Tank Roach should have been overturned, the whole result.
Yes.
It should have been a Roach win. If you can change the outcome of fights based on video replay after the fight's over, well, it should have been changed instantly, but Roach won that fight. Tank took a knee. At the very least, you take a point for the knee.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is bullshit.
I'm not sure. No, we'll get to that one later. But yeah, there was a knee. Fucking Roach won. Knocked Tank down. With the power of grease, I guess. But
Who knows?
that's on August 6th.
Also, do you not wash your fucking hair?
That's,
Like, I know black hair is different and when it's in braids and stuff, but it should have at least gotten wet in 5 days, especially with training and, like, making a weight cut and all the sweat.
yeah.
Like, I don't claim to be an expert on braids or anything, but I feel like at some point they should have at least been rinsed. That's gross.
Or toweled off. Yeah, or something.
Something.
Something should have happened there, but
Anyways, I really hope Roach wins the rematch. I don't know if he will.
I'm not
I
so
think
sure he
Tank
will.
Tank might come in better prepared. Because I think Tank had a sparring mindset a little bit in that one.
Don't take it too hard.
Well, because they were sparring partners like a while ago, but I think maybe that it didn't really click in his head that it's a real fight. Hence the taking a knee and getting toweled off in the corner mid-fight. Fucking garbage.
Yeah, I have a feeling that this is going to play out the way a lot of the very few of Floyd Mayweather's rematches. He always did a lot better in the rematches. You had done the downloading trademark.
Yeah. I don't know if Tank is that, how do I put it? Like, skilled's not the right word. Technical, maybe? That the downloading is really going to help. Like, he's technical, but not in a Mayweather's way.
Cerebral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's
I'm going to be cheering for Roach again anyways. I fucking do not like Tank. So.
Mongoloid technician.
Mongoloid technician. I like that.
Yeah.
What's the actual puncher?
Boxer puncher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad does not realize that group chats are group chats. And he's telling my mom what to make for supper in the family chat.
Excellent.
Very boomer activities. Now I'm hungry. They're having side pork, which is something I can't buy here.
Is that side tack?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know.
It's like uncured bacon, kind of.
I know what you mean.
It's just always been called side pork.
I've never heard it called side pork, but
anyways.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Nah, it's fine. That's all we got in the news.
It's a pretty slow week.
Yeah, you know what else I have? I haven't been keeping up with the Grand Prix. Is it? When is that supposed to continue?
I have no idea. I rely on you mostly for calendar things.
The first 4 days are complete, so that's the first part of the bracket. I don't know. I think
It's probably a couple more months, right?
yeah, it'll be a few weeks at the least, a few more weeks. Moving into some recent fights. Lee Wood was not lethal.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I wanted him to win, but Lee Wood is the epitome of not very skilled. But he's so good at being not very skilled. And I don't like Kakashi. He's kind of dirty.
Kind of.
He's real dirty in the clinches. But I don't know if this is what Lee Wood looks like, maybe it's time to hang him up. He's old. He's our age.
Yeah.
He's been in wars. He's been losing wars for years. But man, I wanted him to pull out one more big one. But his corner threw in the towel, I think, at an appropriate time. But
Yeah.
no reason for him to take more damage. Although with Lee Wood, you always have that, but maybe the next punch.
Yeah, the next one will be the one that turns it.
Yeah.
Damn it, now
But-
Kakashi gets to continue.
Who do you think he'll fight next? I really...
Ray Ford.
Ford mops the floor with Kakashi, I think.
Yes, I think so too.
I think Kakashi is looking for one big payout, though. I think that's about all he has in him. I don't think he's that good.
Oh yeah, he's 36 as well.
Yeah, and he's also old.
Charlie Suarez. How's that for a payout?
He's getting his rematch.
Yeah.
Suarez is tied up.
I don't.
Is he is Super Feather, isn't he?
Yes, I'm trying to think of who his promoter is.
He can fight Joe Cordina.
Again?
I don't know. I was just looking for Brits.
Josh Warrington just had a big-ish win.
Fuck Josh Warrington. Actually, those two can fight each other and see whose head is harder. Just headbutts in the middle of the ring. They've got Kenichi Ogawa listed as number 2 by the WBO. I'd like to see Ogawa again.
So, I'm looking in Discord in the main chat, and they are posting stuff from this random ass card, Brand Risk, I think it's called. I can see why it's called Brand Risk based on the pictures I'm seeing.
It looks very low production.
It's an interesting event, to say the least.
Is that a Confederate flag on his ass?
It is.
And is that man black?
He is.
Why?
We all make mistakes in life. I don't know, I'm guessing it's part of the flag of where he's from.
I guess that makes sense. America's weird.
Yeah, some of the southern states still have that. They have that branding.
Who else was on this card?
Kakashi
There was somebody. Yeah, Sam Noakes. People were really excited about seeing him again.
Yeah.
And by people, I mean Lynn.
Sam Noakes seems to be like a decent prospect as far as, Brits go. Which, backhanded compliment, I suppose.
And he won by
KO in 3.
KO in 3. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if I actually watched that one. The British cards are really early in the morning for me.
Do you see George Kambosos? Do you see how you're supposed to do it?
I don't think anyone else on this card was really worth mentioning, though. Liam Davies was there, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Ezra Taylor, I recognize the name.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think that might actually be the last time we see Lee Wood, and it makes me sad. But
well, at least he went out in a scrap.
Yeah, and he had to be saved from himself, like always. So, as one thing nobody can question is Lee Wood's grit. He always gets up. Well, almost always.
Moving to Fernando Martinez versus Kazuto Ioka.
Yeah, I picked up last-minute tickets for this, and I got the cheaper ones, and I ended up in the drunken asshole section, and it was great. The crowd was actually really into it. That gymnasium isn't very big. The only problem was I was behind the boom camera, so I had to watch on the screen every once in a while.
That's not fun.
Yeah, nothing on the undercard was really all that exciting, and I don't know why they're pushing Hayato Sutsumi so much. He's not that good.
Yeah, I was gonna ask
But
about him.
he's okay, but like I don't think he's that good. Uh, There's nothing special about him. But Martinez versus Ioka was a really good fight. If people missed it, you should go find it. If you search the title in Japanese, like with the Japanese character, there was a full replay on YouTube. I don't know if it's still up, but the whole thing was just fucking great. Ioka got live wrapped in by a guy, and he was actually really good. And then Fernando Martinez, they brought like the big traditional stand-up drums. And even so, during the co-main event, you could hear these drums in the locker room because the place isn't that big. So it's just like that scene in Lord of the Rings where the drums start in the mine. It's like boom, 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 but coming from a distance.
Yeah.
And then they carried it out, not in the walkout, but while he was doing his walkout, they must have carried it up into the stands. So during the fight, you could hear it. It was straight across from me, and Martinez walked out to some Argentinian song. I don't know, but they had Argentinian flags all over the place, but also umbrellas with the flag that they were like dancing, twirling with the umbrellas during the walkout. The whole thing was great. And the fight was a fucking war again. This one was way more competitive though. Like, I'm not upset that Ioka didn't get the nod, but he maybe could have. And he knocked Martinez down in, I think, the 10th or 11th. And everybody jumped up and was yelling. And he went and he did try for the knockout, but he just didn't get it. It was crazy. It was a really good fight, this one. You should watch it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's on Daily Motion. You know, for people who maybe need replays, Daily Motion is legit. So this fight was more competitive, you said?
Way more competitive, yeah. Like the last one was action-packed and fun, but this one was more competitive. And of course, one of the scorecards fucked Ioka because they always do. But
I was waiting for a second to slip that in, just to say, well, of course it was more competitive. It was 120 to 108. How could you go? How could you go any lower than that?
well, one had it 113, 114, and the other had it 112, 115, and then there was 110, 117. So because
112, 117.
there was a knockdown.
That math isn't mathing on the last one, but
Did I say it wrong? 110, 117?
oh, okay, yeah, well, that sounds more aligned.
Anyways, it was a really good, really competitive fight. And I always ask the security guards to help me find my seat because they're written in kanjis, so just to make sure. And the security guard showed me my seat, and I was sitting there, and partway through, somebody came, and they're like, "You're in my seat." And I was like, "What?" And so I got out my ticket, and he didn't speak English, and I showed him, and he's like, "No, this is my seat." And I was like, "I don't know where I'm supposed to go." So I was supposed to be in row 12, seat 11, but I was in row 11, seat 12. So I just had to go up one.
Oh,
Which is fine, but I had already been talking to the guys who were sitting beside that seat. And so I moved up, and their English was not good, and my Japanese is not good enough to explain what was going on. And so one of them thought I was trying to pick him up, and he told me that his girlfriend was the ring girl, which could be true, I don't know, but I thought it was fucking hilarious.
you are speaking to him. That must mean you're trying to bang him.
Well, I moved seats to sit beside him.
Oh, I see.
But that's not why I moved seats. I moved seats because I was in the wrong seat. But I could not get that across.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
pretty funny. Yeah, he got really red and then made his friend change seats with him.
The embarrassed Japanese man.
Yeah, and then he thought I didn't understand any Japanese because I really can't speak it worth a shit. So he was telling his friend that he should try and pick me up because clearly I was looking for a boyfriend. And I was like, God damn it. But pretty funny.
Did you look into those translator headphones I was telling you about?
Yeah, they don't sell them on Amazon Japan.
Boo.
I found something that advertised being really similar, but all it actually is paying a subscription for an app, and then they send you headphones.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a subscription service. You just pay the one thing and you get access to the app. And
No, the ones I bought
Oh.
headphones that advertised like that, but it was like $12 a month or something
Oh.
for the app.
fuck that.
Yeah, so I got my money back. And they didn't want their headphones back, so now I have free headphones.
Well, that works.
I guess. I didn't really want the headphones. I was happy to mail them back. But yeah, moral of the story is though, Martina Zioka might be fight of the year right now. It was that good. Nobody watched it.
As is tradition
Yeah.
for the smaller weights. Well, I couldn't think of a good segue here. Emmanuel Navarrete versus Charlie Suarez. Unanimous technical decision on what was difficult to tell if it was a cut at the time.
Did they overturn it after?
Not that
'Cause-
I've seen.
I think they did. That should be on BoxRec if they did, right?
Yes, should be. It still was a nav green when I saw it.
Yes. Okay. Maybe people were just talking that they should, and I misunderstood.
Yeah, in the heat of the moment, a lot of people were. It looked like a punch in the heat of the moment. There were some weird misgivings around the whole thing that were kind of. I don't know. I don't know. It didn't look like it was enough to me to rule out the punch at being causal.
So, yeah, this is something we can discuss, I think. So, the way it works, my understanding, the referee has to make a decision. And then they can go to video replay. And it's like most sports where you need undisputable evidence to overturn the referee's decision, right?
Right.
So I think that's the way it should work. The ref needs to make a decision, and if he's wrong, he's wrong. But you need a decision made first. Because if you don't, if you're like, we're just going to go to the video and the evidence is bad, like in this case, everything they showed during the fight, you couldn't tell.
Yeah.
People tell me that after the fight there was a new angle or something that came out, or ESPN had a different angle. I don't know. But everything they showed during the fight was inconclusive to me and to everyone else. So they said that the referee's decision had to stand, which makes sense to me. But I mean, the referee has to do it at real time on the spot. I think it was perfectly reasonable for him to say it was a head clash, even though on super slow motion you can see it isn't.
Yeah, it was. It did take like a different angle coming out, and it wasn't like they zoomed in a lot where it got all grainy. It was a pretty clear image where it showed the blood spatter onto his the blood spatters onto the glove of Suarez, which the glove what made it work in his favor is that the gloves were white, and
Right.
so it was easy to tell. But other than that,
Yeah, no, I haven't seen that angle. The only thing I saw that people said was conclusive that I didn't think was very conclusive was that super zoomed in one where it's so zoomed in the color gets lost and people are like, look, there's 2 drops of blood on these 2 frames.
yeah,
And I'm like,
that's dog
if
shit.
that's what you're basing it on, you can't fuck with the video that much.
Yeah, might as well light some incense and put on some
Yeah.
shawls and try to decipher the images of the fucking static overlords.
But the I don't know. I like video replay, but you have to have rules around it, I think. Like, not in boxing, I don't think this rule really applies, but in like CFL, Canadian football, the Canadian version of the NFL, the replay team has to watch at full speed to make decisions on like fumbles and stuff. Did he have control if you watch it at full speed? Or early hits, like at full speed, can you tell that he hit him before the ball touched his hands, that sort of stuff. And I think with boxing, like zooming in is the equivalent of watching the slow-mo. It's like you can't really start zooming in and fucking with the video, in my opinion.
There's only so much zooming in you can do before you lose integrity of the image.
Well, and if you have to zoom in and go frame by frame to overturn something, that seems bullshit to me.
frame by frame, it's a little excessive in boxing. But other sports, I don't know, I think it's all right to have, so you can see exactly when something touched and what didn't. Just for
I mean,
example.
baseball, it makes sense.
Yeah, so you can have the first base.
But
watch.
like, I like that you have to watch it at full speed for the CFL, because if it is so fucking close that you're slow-mowing to see if it's a penalty, it's not a penalty. Like, he timed it pretty good if you have to slow-mo it. But, and honestly, with this one, I think it's still weird, because the punch opened the cut, or started the cut, but what really made it a bad cut was him pulling, like, rubbing the wrist of his boxing glove over top of it. That's what really split his eye open, I think.
I think you're right. I would agree with that. It did look like he did something. Like, it looked like there was a spot where their heads maybe rubbed together. Then there's where his wrist catches on the cut. So there was stuff going on.
That wrist catch, I think, is what really actually opened it, though.
That, yeah, I would say that's definitely the case. I would agree with that 100%.
But if it was caused by a punch, I guess that's still within the rules. Like,
Accidental cut gouging.
it sounds so bad when you put it that way,
Yeah.
though. I don't know. This one's controversial, but everything during the broadcast made me side with leaving it the ref's decision.
Yeah, wasn't enough to overturn it, and the Suarez.
Where did this other angle come from?
I think it was from the ESPN broadcast crew.
Oh, was it? It
Yeah.
wasn't somebody in the crowd or something?
No.
It's weird that they didn't have it then.
Yeah, that is weird. I guess they kind of stopped looking after the video replay ref decided not to overturn the decision. Like, well, it's been decided, so like, what's really the point of looking
Yeah,
at this
I
further?
guess. It was a pretty fun fight up to that point, though. Navarrete still Navarrete, throwing weird ass punches from weird ass angles.
Long ass arms.
And chubby.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, he's
I
soft.
don't understand. I don't understand how at that weight class he has like love handles.
It's always a thing. I'm trying to remember. It was Josh that brought it up that either it's either Navarrete that dies to make weight, or
He looked like shit trying to make weight, and they cut his hair, I think.
yeah, and it's either that or the opponent weighs in extra light. Like the example he gave was Liam Wilson, who has never weighed 126 in his career. Not like the closest he's weighed is 128. And he magically comes in at 126 and Nav makes
Yeah.
weight comfortably.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's pretty questionable.
That's the only one I'm seeing on BoxRec that's like that, though.
I think so.
But yeah, no, Nav looked like shit on the scales. Like, and he had to weigh in 5 times or something. And they gave him a haircut to make the last ounce or whatever it is.
0.05.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Maybe he should have jerked one out. That would have gotten you just over the finish line.
But ching. Charlie Suarez was looking way better than anyone expected, though.
Yeah.
Like, I assume they're doing a rematch. They kind of have to.
As far as I know, they are already. The tweet was, regardless of how the commission rules on the cut situation, Suarez and Nav have already agreed in principle that they're redoing the.
Nice. That's gonna have to be a while, though, I think. Like, that must have been many stitches.
That was
Nav's eye.
a bad one.
And it's in a bad spot. Like, it bled directly into his eye.
The cutman in his corner was doing really good work. Like he'd have it
And-
stopped by the time the corner, but they came out of the corner, but then one punch and then it's Blood City.
Yeah.
Being covered in someone else's blood. It's not
Not ideal.
not at all. I've had it happen like on a limited basis, but never like that. Gross.
Yeah. Oh, just a PSA for anyone who does get in bar fights. Go get tested for hepatitis C afterwards. Especially if you're in Saskatoon.
Is that a common thing?
Well, you can catch hepatitis C from getting blood on you.
Just from getting it on you?
It's pretty low chances, but yeah, like, if you have an open cut and somebody else's blood gets in you, you can catch hepatitis C.
Yeesh. Ray Murataya secures the IBF. I don't even want to say interim. It's because Lomachenko's gone. It's time to accept it.
Yeah, he needs to make that official.
He's holding things up. Could make him like a champion in recess. And then if he comes back, then he fights whoever's holding the belt.
He's not coming back.
No, he's not, but just thought it would be a good way to still give him his props, you know, for being himself, being who he is, but also keeping things moving along.
Fair enough. Being political.
Yeah. Ray
Morataya looked good. Or I
Yes.
thought he looked good.
He did, and Abdullayev also looked like ass. I'm not sure what his deal was. I was expecting better.
Yeah, I don't remember a whole bunch of that fight, to be honest. I just remember Morataya really schooled him.
118, 110, and two 119, 109s.
Yeah, that's pretty schooled.
That's well schooled. With this, though, I think he's number one to Keyshawn Davis.
Is he?
Yeah, I think he's the number one in the IBO, in addition to having the IBF belt. I'm curious, who are his others? Shakur Stevenson with WBC. And is it Gary Antoine? No, he is at 140. Oh, right, Tank Roach.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who I'd have him fight next, I guess. Everybody's kind of tied up in that division.
Yeah, it'll be someone in the top rank ecosystem.
Yeah.
As is tradition.
Top Rank does put on, like, decent cards, but everything's always really one-sided. They hardly ever have, like, really close fights.
Yeah, that's not their forte.
Their matchmaking is very protective of their fighters.
Yeah, that's what Josh calls it, the top rank protection system. Jared Anderson was one who tried to break out of it, thought he was ready.
He was not.
He was not ready.
All right. I think that's enough about those guys. Wow.
Yep.
What do we got coming up, Leo?
Oh boy. It's just a treasure trove of good, honest to goodness, fucking maple leaf red, white, and blue, and green boxing, just like Mom used to make.
What?
I don't know. I don't know what I was trying to do there. Trying to make it like hometowny, like small towny kind of feel. Maxie Hughes versus Archie Sharp, and who's on this one as well? Terry Harper.
Terry Harper, yeah.
That's fun.
Versus Natalia Zimmerman.
If that's what I think it is. She might get the RJ tag.
Yeah, I could see that. I also think she's gonna get her ass beat. But I don't know. Terry always seems really old to me, but she's not.
Yeah. This Zimmerman is 42.
Yeah, and she mostly fights in Germany.
This is not about to go well.
No, she's gonna get her ass kicked.
The closest an opponent has had to a winning record for her is 1-1.
Yeah, it's not good.
Tune in for a slaughter.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not gonna be competitive. This might be one you could bet on a knockout in a women's fight, though.
Yeah, doesn't go the distance. Should be good.
I should see what the odds are on the not going the distance. Oh, one that does get the RJ tag, I assume, is Ebony Jones.
Oh, right. Forgot about her.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard of this lady she's fighting, but
Ticey Gallagher. Is that like a women's version of Tyson?
I've never heard Ticey as a name.
I haven't either.
Gallagher made me laugh because of that TV show. Shameless. Aren't they the Gallaghers?
I couldn't tell you.
She kind of looks like she could be on that show. Anyways, that one might be competitive.
6-0 versus 9-2 should be. Moving to Angelo Leo versus Tomoki Kameda.
I wanted to go to this one, and it's just too far away on a Sunday.
Would you had to have taken like the early morning?
Yeah, it's in Osaka. So I would have to wake up and get like the first bullet train and then try and get to work. So wake up at like 5, take the train for 3 hours, get to my house, and then go to work. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But in kind of fun news, one of the guys from the bar is a trainer. He has a boxing gym, and Angelo Leo's been coming in and working out with some of his guys. So he's got pictures and autographs and stuff. It's kind of fun.
That's cool. Probably put it up on the wall.
Probably, yeah. Kameda's getting pretty old, though, isn't he?
Mileage.
He's not that old,
No.
age-wise.
It's like 32.
33.
33.
Yeah.
But he's been
He-
fighting for a while.
Yeah. He's got 42 wins, 4 losses. That's a lot of fights.
Yeah, it is.
He looks like a Osaka thug in an anime in his box rack. He's got the hair and stuff.
Oh,
great.
The hooligan
Yeah, the kind of like up and swooshed a little.
pompadour.
Not that bad, but
No, yeah, Tomoki doesn't have the pompadour, but usually that's the hairstyle they have.
yeah. I don't know. I assume Angelo Leo's gonna win this one.
Yeah, it's just a good fight to put on.
It should be fun though.
Yeah. Well, hopefully. Hopefully it's entertaining.
I don't really recognize these other two you have on here.
Josh Taylor and Echo Esuman.
No, on this fight on your calendar.
Oh, I just put them on there.
Jinjiro Shigeoka. I feel like I've seen him before, but I don't know who Pedro Tadurin is.
I only picked this one up because it's for a title.
Hmm.
That's really the only reason.
Yeah. No, I wanted to go to this one, but I just couldn't justify it with the train tickets and everything. Hotel room, meh.
Yeah.
Becomes expensive.
Flying from one end of Korea to the other, you could get. There were flights that ran regularly for like $75, and buses that ran for like $35.
It's tourist season here, though, now.
Oh,
So the price of everything has jumped. Actually, the price of things in Japan has just kind of jumped in general in the last few months. I think I priced it out, and it'd be about $400 in train tickets, and I can usually find a hotel for like $50 if it's just a shit hotel. And then food and stuff. It would have cost me like $700 to go see this fight. I don't know if Angelo Leo's versus Tomoki Kameda's were $700.
no, I don't I don't think so.
Nah, I'll probably go into Tokyo and watch it on the TV with the guys. Spend $50 instead.
Yeah, that should be fun.
Uh-huh. Especially if Kaneko comes, he'll be cheering for Leo, which will be funny. The guy with the boxing gym.
Well, the Kamedas are Osaka boys, so wouldn't they?
Yeah.
They cheer against them anyway.
It might be a little split. Usually they just cheer for any Japanese person if it's Japan versus someone else.
Yeah.
But there will definitely be a few Leo fans if people got to meet him. So.
Yeah, they'll be the gym faithful.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be on the Angelo Leo side?
Yeah, for sure. I like Leo.
Him and his mop top.
He looks like such a stereotype, like just greasy Hispanic stereotype. I could see him being real bad at picking up women.
Oh. No faith.
Oh, I bet you it works, but I just mean like real cheesy. I bet you he can dance though. All right, and Josh Taylor is back. I missed this mostly because I don't care.
Yeah, he's fighting at full 147, and it's I'm struggling to care as well. I don't, if I recall correctly, the card isn't even very good.
I do not recognize. Oh, Moses Atama's on it.
Oh, that's right, Moses Atama. I always forget him.
Versus Mike Balogan. That's a weird name.
Lee McGregor. Didn't we see him in? We saw him in Saudi,
we did.
And he put on a hell of a fight.
Yeah, he could be fun. I don't know who he's fighting. Nathaniel Collins. Yes. I don't recognize him.
I don't either.
There's a lot of vacant bullshit belts on the line on this card, it seems.
The British Board Board of Control, the Scottish Middle regional title,
the WBC Silver Feather. What's Josh Taylor's fighting for something too? International Welter, the WBO International Welterweight.
Oh.
They just sound like bullshit things to me. I don't know. I mean, I'll probably watch this one, but I'm not excited about anything on this card.
Yeah, Moses Atama, and that's about it.
The guy he's fighting is 21-1. That's a decent record, but I don't know who he is, so I assume Atama's gonna win.
Yeah, he's been inactive. He would take like one fight a year for a while.
And it's at the threshold that the monster leaders come to meet him.
One loss to Murat Gassiev.
That's a decent name, I guess. Ish.
Kinda. Could be worse.
Yeah, this week's not looking super exciting. I'm excited for the Leo Kameda card, I guess.
Yeah, it's pretty light. Let me do this. You've been listening to Boxing Before Dark, a Lux Media production. If you are just dying to tell us how fucking casual you think we are, You can be a duck. You can text our anonymous line, 833-589-7637. If you want to stand on your business, call, leave a voice message, or send a voice note in WhatsApp. And if you're entertaining enough, you might make the final cut of the show. 833-LUX-PODS. If you prefer to hit us up on social media, the account name is LVX Media Net, all one word. It's the same on YouTube, Instagram, Blue Sky, and all the rest of that shit. If you can't find us, chances are we're not on it. If you want to get yourself hooked up with the ad-free versions of the episodes and help us out a little bit in the process, look us up on Patreon, LVX Media Net. It's over there just like everywhere else. Even if you don't sign up on Patreon, you can still help us out by checking out our ad sponsors. You can also help by giving us a rating and a review on whatever app you're listening on. And don't forget, shop.lvx.be if you want to snag some threads. Intro and outro music by Middle of Nowhere Beats. And for more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lvxmedia.net. So, we're heading into a pretty bleak week. Well, it's bleak on this side, just because the only good card is going to be at like 1 in the morning on Saturday.
Yeah. I'll get to go into Tokyo and have a day. Should be fun.
Otherwise, it's a rather bleak weekend. Parting words. What do you got?
I forgot to think up some parting words. I'm not going to mention the NHL because that blew up in my face last time. Fucking dumbasses. Parting words. Don't forget to brush your teeth. I've been grinding my teeth really bad because I was sick and they hurt. So.
Oh, mine are usually pretty sore.
I have one of the mouth guard things, and it really does help a lot. But when I decide to really grind my teeth, it doesn't matter. What about you, Leo?
Yeah.
What are your parting words?
Man, I've chewed through every shield that they've tried to give me. I've just royally fucked it up.
Yeah, they usually last me about 2 years, and then I completely snap off the backs.
My parting words from my favorite author, Alexandre Dumas. All human wisdom is summed up in 2 words: wait and hope. So this weekend might suck, but we just gotta just wait it out. Can't stop time. Very hopeful.
Time is a bitch.
Terrible one. But that is it. Sun's going down. I gotta get the Mars Discovery rover. And said it's getting dark.
That's too sad. Why do humans do shit like that?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what exactly it said, but yeah, it was a little robot telling you like, "Hey, I'm dying, by the way."
Yeah. After it lived like 10 years longer than it was supposed to. I can find it. Yeah, its last data transmission was, "My battery is low and it is getting dark." And he used to sing himself happy birthday.
Yep.
Oh, fuck. You got me sad over a robot. Ridiculous.
Well, you there. Are you sad about robots? 833-589-7637. It's very topical for Boxing Before Dark.
I do have parting words. I missed it last time because I didn't realize how much shit the guys were talking. I listened to B-sides while I was working and missed all the hate on my calls. What the fuck? I told you guys Raleigh was gonna beat Ryan. Nobody believed me.
They were talking about how crazy it was.
Absolutely ridiculous. I need to send Josh my address so I can get my flowers.
Are they gonna move through Canadian Post now?
Flowers?
Yeah.
I just assumed he would order them in Japan and have them delivered.
Oh, yeah. Why would you order them in Canada? And
Why
send
would
them
you
to...
try to mail flowers from Canada?
That makes perfect sense. Fucking brilliant. Go me.
Speaking of deliveries, I'm fucking being so lazy. I ordered 5 kilograms of rice carried to my door so I didn't have to carry it from the store. And I was like, well, if they're delivering rice, they might as well deliver beer too. So I ordered 24 cans of the Sapporo with the Attack on Titan branding. It's gonna be great.
Are you gonna save one of each?
Probably not, no.
No.
I have been trying to drink less, so I've only been buying 6 beer at a time. Having 24 in the house might go off the rails. Hopefully on a weekend.
Is this a Canadianism to say, I think it's, I'm done with beer?
Oh, no, so those are 2 different things. I'm done my beer, and I'm
my
done
beer.
with... I'm done my beer means you've finished it. But if you say I'm done with my beer, it still has beer in it, you just don't want it anymore.
Okay.
Do Americans not say I'm done? Like I'm done my dinner?
No. I'm done with my dinner.
Even if you've eaten it all?
Yeah.
No, if you're done with it, it's still there.
I'm done my dinner?
Yeah.
I have not heard that before. Before today.
Really? Huh. No, but those are 2 different things. Being done a beer means you finished it. Being done with a beer means you're just not gonna finish it. Like, I mean, you sound a little rednecky when you use it, but I'm done my book means you finished it. I'm done with this book is like, this book sucks.
I see.
Yeah. Like,
Well-
I'm done with the fucking Maple Leaf blowing leads all the time.
So would we say we're done with podcasts? I'm done with podcasts. I'm done my podcasts.
Well, we're done this podcast.
We're done this.
But if you're
podcast.
done with podcasts, you're not going to make any more.
That's not what's happening. Damn.
No. Yeah, no. Yeah, we're done this episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that one. I'm gonna learn to use it properly. All right.
If you finish something, it's done. If you're done with something, you don't want to do it anymore.
It has finished you.
Yeah. If you're done with it, part of it still exists, but you're not interacting anymore.
Well, on that lovely note of Canadianisms, Boxing Before
Sure.
Dark. My batteries are low, and it's getting dark.
Oh. Yeah, we need the... What was the video game? Portal. You need the Portal voice
Oh, the cake.
saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to love to do that.